Right. So, as part of our business analysis learning is concerned, because we have discussed even about the roles and responsibilities of a BA, followed by the basic understanding over the supply chain management process, all that. But in regard to the today's session, we are going to discuss about the supply chain process, what exactly that we do from as is and to be, because as a BA, we need to identify the gap analysis, wherein by understanding from as is to be, understanding as is nothing but the existing system, followed by the to be, that the one which we are developing as a to be environment. In that process, we must be knowing about how are we transforming from old legacy systems to the new uh, cloud applications that we are going to develop. So that's where generally we call it as is and to be system is all about. In this to be system, we try to understand what kind of changes that we are making in the existing application by considering the whole one. Everything that we must be knowing. Okay, so that is something that we must be aware of. Subsequently, based on that, we have to perform the gap analysis also. This is all something that we do under the as is and to be. But when we try to understand about the solution as a SCM implementation for any transformation based projects and all, we must be uh, good with logistics planning. Under the solutions, we may require to develop some logistics planning, or at the same time, whatever the logistics exclusion executions that we have, including what are the supply chain visibility that we have, followed by any kind of integrations, management systems, followed by any kind of process flows. And functional requirements also important, because based on the features that we have identified, so we need to develop the functional requirements as well. What are the detailed functional requirements we have? How can we detail those functional requirements along with non-functional requirements, majorly stating about the scalability, performance, load balancing, fault tolerancing, availability, reachability, all these. All these will be comes under the non-functional requirements part. Later, we will be moving into the product and sprint backlog, because now and then we are following agile environment. When we follow the traditional model of learning, okay, because when we follow the traditional model of learning, we prepare like BRDs, all that, right? So BRD, functional requirements. This is all something that we do. Whereas when we are following the agile environment, where we have to write down the user stories. So whenever we are writing down the user stories, along with that, we need to maintain the product and sprint backlog. Product backlog management, something that we do, okay, as a BA, that we have to do it. And business analyst turned product owner, we need to perform this product backlog, etc. All these things. But sprint backlog maintenance will be taken care of by the Scrum Master team. Next, understanding over the data model, because there are different data models. What are the data dictionary that we create? Because sometimes we may require to make some changes on the configuration front. So when we want to make changes on the configuration, we must be knowing about what are the different data models we have, right? So what are the changes that we want to do, either from the entities point of view, or from the extension point of view, or from the type list point of view. Everything we must be knowing under the data model part. Along with that, we must be aware about the ETL process as well, because when we are transforming data from one system to another system, wherein data transformation that we have to be performed. When we do the data transformation, we use different ETL tools to extract the data, to transform the data, load data, all that. At the same time, integration, data integration from old legacy systems to the new application, including the ETL process as is stated. This is an overall understanding from a BA perspective. Whatever the general skill set for a BA that we must be good with, that is all anyway common. Okay, anyway, that I have already told earlier. Let me just write down here, right? So, because as far as the business analyst knowledge areas are concerned, there were many. The first one is called business analysis, planning, and monitoring. Monitoring, that is the first one. Second is called illustration and collaboration. What are the different illustration and collaboration techniques that we use? Everything will be part of it. Right, illustration and collaboration techniques, all these things. The third one about enterprise or strategy analysis, that is even important. Enterprise or strategy analysis is important. Knowing about the business case, knowing about the business need, all these. Next, requirement lifecycle management. Fourth one about requirement analysis and design definition, where whatever the different designing techniques that we use, like creating some UML diagrams, all these things will be part of it. Last one about solution assessment and validation. Okay, these these are all anyway the knowledge areas which are mandatory, which we must be good with. Along with this solution, along with these knowledge areas, as I stated just now, one should be knowing about the SCM process, the domain expertise, so that we are working on some case study, so that you'll have some hands-on experience on the requirements document, understanding about the business process flows, how this can be visualized, writing some epics and user stories using Jira, all these things that we must be good with.